Hi, and welcome back to Love Your Midlife. We are looking at inspiration and motivation for those of us that are smack in the middle of midlife. We are mature women, and I love that. Today, we're actually going to talk about how to be the best version of yourself. And I always used to wonder what that meant when I first heard it. It always sounded like a cliche. And I was like, I think I'm the best version, kind of, sort of, maybe. And then I really thought about it, and I'm not sure that I always show up as the best version of myself. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And I think a big part of trying to be the best version of yourself is realizing, where do you want to be now? Describe what you want for your life and attach yourself to that. The other thing that helps you kind of be the best version of you is, where do you want to be in 5 years? And what does that look like and smell like and taste like and all of those things? How can you set some goals around that? And maybe it's moving, or maybe it's you want to start your own business, or maybe it's just knowing that you want different things for your life. That's a really important part. It's also very important that you show up today as the person that you want to be. There's no waiting around. Well, maybe after I get my degree, or maybe after this or after that. Showing up is such an important part of being the best version of you. And that's really all you have to do, is show up and dig in and be that person that you want to be. Showing up when you don't feel like it is so important. There's so many times when we don't feel like getting dressed. We don't feel like getting up off the couch. We don't feel like having that conversation with our spouse or our child or maybe someone at work. But showing up when you don't want to is probably one of the most important ways you can push through and be the best version of you. And you may do it begrudgingly. You may not have all the warm, gooey feelings inside when you're doing this, but you're doing it because you know it's the right thing to do, and you know that it's going to put you on a whole new level. And that's really so important. And that's really what we're looking for. It's also going to kind of help you get out of your comfort zone. And that's really important too, right? Part of us growing and being the best version of ourselves is by knowing that we need to push that comfort zone. We need to push those boundaries a little bit. And we need to expand our thinking and be able to expand ourselves. The other thing that's really important is make sure that you have some healthy habits. You really can't be the best version of you if you're eating cheeseburgers, 2 or 3 cheeseburgers every day, right? That's really not the best thing for you. And if you think it is, it's not. It's not. So, what is the best way that you can have healthy habits in your life? That's really up to you, how you eat. You need to be exercising, you need to be moving. Exercise is the best anti-aging and the best mood enhancer on the planet. So being active and moving and staying busy is a big part of bringing out the best version of you, the best side of you. Um, the other thing that's really important, and I have definitely been through this, is always, always, always keep your eyes on the prize. Always know that this is where you want to be. Maybe it's out here somewhere. It's so important to never, ever, ever give up. And it's so easy to give up, right? We talk to one person and they say something very discouraging to us, or they don't validate us and our feelings and what we want. And it's so easy for us to go, yeah, I knew it. I knew it. That was a bad idea. Yeah, I knew it. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, yeah, I'll probably never be able to lose weight. I've never been able to lose weight, so I probably never will. All of these things are negative thoughts and negative actions, and they're going to cause negative results. And a lot of that is going to cause us to give up and not want to push forward. So, whether we feel like it or not, we have to push our feelings aside and we have to never, ever give up on what we want. If you want a college education, then my heavens, make it happen and don't give up. And don't let other people discourage you from your dreams and what you really want to be in the best version of you. And if it's to be more educated or to be more stylish or whatever it is that you desire and you want, and that's how you want to show up in the world, then it's really important that you don't let other people discourage you. And you don't need the validation from other people. It needs to come from in here. Also, remember that when you are moving in this positive energy and you are showing up, you might be sick, you might be going through a really rough time, you might be going through a divorce, and you're still showing up and you're still out there slugging away, being the best possible person you can be. You are so motivating to other people. Just remember that. You're so motivating to your family, to your friends, to all of the people that are around you. They're watching you and they know, and this rubs off on them. And it's really, really important to know that your actions and everything that you do and everything you believe is going to definitely rub off on other people. And I love that. I think that's such a great thing about just being able to show up. So we talked about showing up despite what other people say. And the only other thing I want to say about that is stay really true to yourself. Know what your truth is and stay true to that. That's a really, really another important component of showing up and being true to yourself. And the other thing that you need to remember is that we always have to push ourselves. It's just part of human nature. Don't expect yourself to wake up every day and be like, I can't wait. I can't wait to be the best version of me. I'm going to be so amazing. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. That might happen, but most of the time I have to really push myself. Most of the time I have to set daily goals and weekly goals and monthly goals. And if I want to achieve certain things in my life, I have to go for it. I have to really push myself. So maybe list out 4 or 5 things that are goals for you that you really want to achieve. And those things are things that you think you can show up and finish and take it all the way through. And you might be surprised. There might be some things there that might be more important to you than you realized. The other thing that's really important about tapping into your best self and showing up is not losing your cool. And I know that sounds silly, but it's really very true. When we get frustrated and we are filled with anxiety and we're filled with fear, a lot of times that leads to anger. And anger can lead to very destructive behavior. As you know, you already know this. Give yourself love and grace and know that it's incredibly important that you just stay very strong. Whether you feel like it or not, we're not talking about feelings. We're talking about pushing through and we're talking about showing up and being the best version of ourselves because we want to do it up here, not because we feel it. It's not a feeling necessarily. It is a condition that we want to be in. It's something that we desire so much for our lives. And remember, it's very important that you're not defined by your circumstances. You're really not. And that is very, very important, right? You don't have a lot of money, or you're going through a divorce, or you really want to move and you can't. It doesn't mean that you can't show up as the best version of yourself. Just remember that. You're not really defined by your circumstances unless you really decide that you're going to let those circumstances define you. I've been through this, so I really can speak from experience. You can absolutely positively not let those circumstances define you. Whether you have money, whether you have an education or you don't have an education, whether you have the kind of clothes you want or you don't have the kind of clothes you want, you can still go do and you can keep moving forward. And people need to know that this is just who you are and this is you, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you have on designer clothes. It doesn't matter whether you have on expensive jewelry. Because bottom line is, people are going to respect and appreciate you, and they are not going to believe how powerful you are. Because really, becoming the best version of you is tapping into your inner power. It's knowing that it's there and you can grab it and you can hold on to it. We all have it. It's just some of us are willing to go and grab it, and some of us really aren't for different reasons. Remember, you're the driver of your car. You're not in the passenger seat unless you want to be. You're in the driver's seat. So you get to make the decision. Don't be one of those women that's waiting around for someone else to come into their life and help them have a transformation. It's okay to have a coach or a mentor or a therapist to help us get our thoughts together. I think that's an absolutely wonderful thing. But don't expect your husband, your boyfriend, your children, someone else to validate you and help you have some kind of a big transformation in your life. It's probably not going to happen. It's really got to come from you. And that's when you feel good. And that's when you feel the power, is when you show up and you know what you want and you claim it and you get it. It's not somebody else giving it to you. It's not at work. It's not someone validating you in your community service work. It's about you and what you decide to do. And it's so valuable to do this. You will feel like $1 million when you just show up, no matter what's going on in your life. And that's really what this is all about. Showing up and being the best version of you. And I know you can do it. And I've certainly been through it myself. And I got onto the other side of it. And it really, really feels good once you sort of get past a lot of the things that might be holding you down or keeping you from being the best version of you. Because that woman is in there. And she wants to have the best possible life. I've loved this time together today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Go and subscribe to the podcast and join my Facebook group. We are having lots of fun with Facebook and so many interesting things going on there. And if you need any kind of coaching or mentoring, I'm always here for you. I'm Darcy Justen. This is Love Your Midlife, and I'm glad we've had this time together. Bye, babes.